So we are just 19 days away, 19 days now, and from witnessing this total solar eclipse here in Northeast Ohio.
Here with us today, David Barron, to talk about his love of chasing eclipse, the adventures he's been on across the world as well. But a little background, you have a science background as well, so you're not just this guy who travels all around?
Well, I'm a science writer. I used to be, in fact, a science correspondent for NPR.
Yeah.
Now I
Oh
write
my
science
gosh.
books. But yes, chasing eclipses is my passion.
Incredible. You know, we hear people chasing tornadoes and weather events like that. I've never heard of anyone chasing eclipse. It's got to be fascinating for you. You've seen so many.
I've seen 8 total solar eclipses on 5 continents.
Wow.
I mean, for most people to see even one in your lifetime is remarkable. But there are a lot of people like me. Once you see your first, if Cleveland has clear skies and people get a really good view, there are going to be a bunch of folks who become eclipse chasers like me.
No kidding.
That's cool. When you talked about, and you did a TED Talk on this, which is, you should check it out, just the spirituality of it, the awe. When you talked about the word awesome, how important that is to this.
Well, so to be clear, I mean, I don't think of myself as a spiritual person. I have a science background.
Right.
But when I saw my first total solar eclipse in Aruba in 1998, I just felt like I had been transported to another planet. And it was the most awe-inspiring, I dare say, meaningful experience for me. It connected me to the universe like nothing else. I really understood in a visceral way that I am a meaningless little being on a little piece of rock floating in space. It's a very humbling experience, and I think it's good for the psyche to remind you that just how insignificant we are as individuals, but we're part of something enormous and amazing, which is the universe.
Yeah.
I mean, the way you talk about this is so passionate. I think we're all looking forward to this event, but we've probably not really thought about it the way you thought about it. So what's your advice for all the kids that are going to be watching this, classrooms, all of us that will be participating in this? I mean, really, you're looking at it in such a different way.
Well, I'd say a few things. First, understand just how lucky you are. I live in Boulder, Colorado. The next total solar eclipse that will go over my house will be on July 22nd in the year 2772.
Okay.
Oh
700 years from now.
gosh.
To have a total eclipse come to you is a gift.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's important to emphasize a partial solar eclipse, which probably many people have seen, is fundamentally different from a total eclipse. For anyone who's watching who lives outside of the path of totality, get inside. To see even a 99% partial eclipse, that's like you've got tickets to see Taylor Swift and you drive 99% of the way to the stadium, and then you go home. You've missed the show. Unless you're inside, you're really not having the full experience.
Have you been to, in your travels, a total that was cloudy, that had bad weather?
I've been lucky. The worst experience I had was in 2015. I went to the Faroe Islands, which are up in the North Atlantic near Iceland. Notoriously cloudy weather. The day of the eclipse, the day before, it was raining terribly. The day of the eclipse, it was clearing. The question was, would it clear in time? During the total eclipse, it was cloudy, but a hole opened up for 3 seconds, and I got to see the solar corona, the sun's outer atmosphere, for 3 seconds. I considered myself lucky. So even a cloudy day, you can get lucky where a hole will open up.
That's wonderful. What, in your opinion, of all the ones you've seen, was the most spectacular, and why?
Well, I would say the first, because until you see a total eclipse, there's no way you can really comprehend what it's like. And so the first one I saw, it was particularly beautiful. The sky was clear.
And that's the Aruba one?
That was in Aruba. And the solar corona, the sun's outer atmosphere, which is the main thing you'll be looking at, is the most beautiful thing in the heavens. And it's different every time. The one I saw in Aruba, it looked sort of like it was a big cotton ball in outer space that had been pinched on both sides. And it was just shimmering in space. It was spectacular. The one this year will probably be more like a sunflower because of where the sun is in its solar cycle. But it's always beautiful.
Well, you can just ask more questions of David tonight. He's going to be speaking. It starts at 7:30 over the Maltz Performing Arts Center, which is a beautiful, beautiful venue right over there on Ansel Road in the city of Cleveland. People can come by and get tickets.
Yeah, you can get them online for free.
Great. Fox8.com will link you over to that. And boy, Thank you for sharing that perspective. When I watched the TED Talk, I was just saying in the commercial, I felt inspired to really get involved, and I'm going to watch it anyway, but just to have that perspective that, boy, this is coming. Be ready for it.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your passion with us. I wish you could be in Cleveland with us watching this together. But
I'll be in Texas, but I hope it'll be clear skies all across the country.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You really kind of invigorated
Right?
us,
I know,
right?
I love
And
it.
inspired us
David,
to
thank you.
take advantage of such a special thing.